Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here. Hope everybody's doing well. Today we are going to be looking at lesson number 22 for our week. A few things before we get going with the lesson and start clicking on everything. Number one, our big goals for today and actually for this entire assignment is going to be to conduct an experiment at home to practice the skills and persistence associated with being a scientist. So what that means is you're going to be conducting a 3-day assignment where you actually get to pick and conduct an experiment at home and practice those skills of being a good scientist, of persisting when things get hard, of doing some background research, and kind of just having fun, okay? This next 3-day assignment is meant to be fun and enjoyable, where you guys can kind of pick and choose what you want to do and just have a fun time being a dorky scientist. So let's go ahead and get into what you're doing today. If you've clicked on this link for the lesson, you're obviously looking at this document here, and then obviously you clicked on this video for the guide. In order to complete this 3-day assignment, you can do this all in one day. You can break it up overall the next 3 days if you want to do it in two. Obviously, you decide how you want to complete this task, set of tasks and assignments. But we're going to look at each day so that you can have this guide throughout the next couple days for the assignment. So to start, obviously, you're copying and pasting this document into your drive. I'm going to break down the tasks here and what you're doing. Number one is you're going to be looking to find an experiment you want to do from the experiment library here. We have 5 links to 5 different websites that have a ton of different experiments that you guys can do. I'm going to click on the first one just as an example. Some of them are really easy to manage. Some of them you have to scroll through. They'll give you links and examples and things you can click on to find the experiments. But essentially, you're going to be looking at some of these experiments and asking yourself, do I want to do these? Would these be fun for me? That kind of thing. Do I have the resources I need? Okay. And you're going to find 5 different experiments from any of the 5 links from the library that you want. So maybe you click on link 1 and you want to do all 5 that are there. Great, no big deal. Maybe you want to do 1 experiment from each of the links. That's cool too. Maybe you picked 2 from number 2, 2 from number 3, and 1 from number 5. Essentially, you're going through and saying, okay, what 5 would I want to do? Okay. There is one caveat: no soda and Mentos experiments. Okay, as fun as those are, that is not what we're going to be looking to do today. I would like you to do something new and different, something that maybe you haven't tried before. Okay, once you pick your 5, I want you to put the name down here or a description, whatever works best for you. Okay, and just pick those 5 that you want to do. All right, today should not be anything more than planning out what 5 you think you can do. All right, as you're picking your 5, a few things that you should keep in mind. Will you be able to find all the materials you need to complete the experiment? Or can you substitute things for them? Okay, this is part of being a good scientist, is saying, okay, what do I have? What can I do? If you can make something work, great, go for it. If not, then it means you need to pick a different experiment, okay? Number 2, and this is huge, your parents need to approve of this. Okay, no doing any experiments behind their back, no closing doors and doing things when they're not looking. Okay, we don't need to ruin mom and dad's carpet. Hey, go to mom and dad and say, hey, I'm thinking of doing this experiment. Here's what it's going to be. Here's what it's going to include. Get them on board with you just so there's no scares or surprises down the road for them or for you. Okay, and last but not least, this needs to be done and completed over the next 3 days safely. No, you do not need to go to the store and find things, okay? You should be able to find an experiment you can do at home with things at your house, okay? You should learn that as you're looking at your experiments, you should be asking yourself, how can I make this work? Now, if mom and dad are going to the store on a normal errand or run and they can pick things up for you, great. But again, do not go out shopping for these things. Don't go door to door looking for stuff. Your job, and this is a part of your goal, is to find a way to make these work, okay? Find something you can do, all right? So after you put your name of the 5 that you think you can do, you're then going to submit this entire form to this Google form here, and you're done. That's day 1, okay? If you get done and you're like, I want to do more, okay, then let's look at day 2 together. Day 2 is you're going to start by obviously pulling up this document. If you're clicking on this video link, it's the same one you're watching. Okay, and let's look at the 3 tasks you're going to be doing here. For this one, you're going to actually start by doing a scavenger hunt. I want you to go in your house, through your house, and find the things you need. Again, this is where you need to be a persistent scientist and find materials that can work, things that you think you can substitute and not substitute, okay? And when you find those things for those experiments, you need to narrow down your experiments to three experiments that you know you can do because you have the materials and you have the directions in front of you. So I want you to go on to those links that you had before, find that experiment, find the materials you need, find the directions, copy, paste them, and then go find them. Go find them in your house, okay? Check garages, basements, check medicine cabinets first. I know there are some. Make sure everything, again, is approved by parents. Okay, check under your sink, find things in your room, in your siblings' room that you can do, okay? Find those materials. Again, now you're narrowing it down to 3 based on, do I have the materials and can I do these directions, all right? Once you have narrowed it down to 3, you need to pick your number 1, okay? That should be the one that you find the most interesting, the one you think you're going to have the most fun with, the one that you know you can obviously complete. If you're going through and you find 3 experiments and you find all the materials and you're like, ooh, experiment 3 has the best materials because I have all of them, well, then that's the one you do it, okay? You then need to plan out, where are you going to do this experiment and when, okay? Are you going to do it in your garage? Are you going to do it in your bathroom? Are you going to do it outside on your front lawn? Whatever, okay? And when? When are you going to plan it out? Are you going to do it right now? Or do you have a bunch of other things you need to do? Maybe you do it tomorrow. The last thing you need to look at here is, did you get a parent approval? If so, put yes, okay? If not, you need to make sure you get parent approval before you move on. Again, do not move on until you get parent approval. Did you collect all the materials for that one? If yes, good, you're ready to go. You're done with your prep and planning. If no, go find them or pick a new experiment, okay? All right, a few reminders. Again, your parents have to approve of this. No doing experiments behind their back. If you cannot complete an experiment because you don't have the materials, find a different one to do, okay? You can go back to those 5 choices before, pick one of those, or go back to the resource library and find that link, okay? If you're ready to move on, let's go ahead and look at day 3. If not, pause the video and obviously go ahead and accomplish other things you need for today. Again, this video, same one you're watching. Obviously, you should have your document pulled up for lesson 22. And let's go ahead and look at our activity here. Breakdown, pretty simple. You're going to be doing your experiment. So pull up your experiment directions, double check you have all your materials, go to an approved space for your experiment, include any family members you want as lab assistants. Maybe mom and dad want to help. Maybe brother and sister do. Whatever. Grab grandma. Let's do it. Science is fun. Include people. It's awesome. And then do the experiment. Follow the directions as best you can. Complete what you can. All right? As you complete the experiment and as you're going through, once you're done, you're going to be summarizing 3 things. An explanation for what you did, the wins and losses of the experiment, and then obviously your overall wrap up. So for this experiment, tell me what you had to do. Tell me things that went well and didn't go well. And if you were to recommend this for someone, who would you recommend it for? Okay. Would this be something that you recommend for your brothers and sisters who are younger? Would this be something you recommend with your friends if you're like, need something to do on the weekend? Is this something we could do in science class because you're like, oh, this could be something that we could apply and something we've learned? Okay. And then last but not least, clean up. Okay. I want you to clean up and make sure that you have everything done for that day. Okay. You will need to put a picture into this document of what you did. All right. That picture is pretty simple. All you're going to do is take a picture with your Chromebook, drag it into here to show me what your final product was. Okay. If you had to make some sort of special bubbles or drawbridge or whatever, I want a picture of your final product showing me, hey, I did it, Mr. Regan. And then obviously go ahead and clean up. And that's it. That's your experiment. Only got to do one. Have fun with it, guys. Reach out to me if you have any questions. If not, have a great rest of your day.